fight's not over.
Stop the fight!
People.
Everybody, I come here for everybody. Kill everybody. I'm the champ. I'm the king. Kill everybody. Ah!
All right, what's up, guys? We are back with our full card bets for UFC Paris. What's up, my man?
How we doing? Let's get it started, my man.
Yeah, I'm excited to just get back to the UFC. I mean, this is a weird card, and it's a hard card for betting.
Yeah, a lot of newcomers making the first fight in the UFC. So, I mean, the prelims, they're tough to bet on.
Yeah, generally, our rule of thumb for UFC fights is, be very careful with newcomers, don't bet women's MMA fights, and stay away from low-level heavyweight fights. And, this card, there's just so many cancellations, there's so many new fighters, and that just makes it hard. And I think you'll see other cappers have this problem probably this week as well, but I think we still found really good spots here, so let's get into it. We're putting 7.15 units on the line to try to make 7.6. Pretty conservative week, going for plus money plays in a lot of spots. To start, on the straight bets, I got Ziam beating Michal Figlak. And I think this just comes with good distance striking in that big cage. I don't think Figlak's wrestling will be enough to put away Ziam on the ground, and I think it's going to come near the fence where Ziam can get up. And these odds, I had to take a chance on it. I'll put 7.75 units on the line there. Next one, I'm honestly sweating this one a little bit because I placed it really early. Nasrat Haqparast versus John Makdessi. I'm picking Haqparast here. The thing that's going to make me sweat in this fight is the fact that Makdessi makes fights close because he doesn't strike first. He waits for opponents to come forward to strike, and that makes me nervous that the judges might not know what they're scoring. But I hope that the aggression of Haqparast shows, and I expect a decision, but I could also see Haqparast putting him down. So we're putting a little bit more on that, 1.25. To parlays, I had one earlier that I cashed out on with Ricardo Ramos. Didn't want to keep playing that once he got voided, so cashed out on that. In this one, I'm doing Benoit Saint-Denis, Robert Whittaker, and Ciryl Gane. I think that all three of these have pretty good advantages here. Benoit Saint-Denis is a good grappler. The other guy, Miranda, is also a good grappler. And I think Dennis will have the stand-up advantage, but also a strength advantage if it comes to the grappling. Whittaker, everyone knows this guy's pretty much the champion. He's like even with Izzy, in my opinion. They're both really on that same level right now. And I think he's just going to have more weapons on the feet versus Marvin. And then Gane just keeps range, takes control of the fight. I see Gane taking care of Tai pretty easily, I'll be honest. But a lot of people have said that about Tai as well, and he knocked out 5 people in a row. Okay, in the next bet, I have Nassourdine Imavov beating Buckley. And I think that's just, again, very similar to the Perez fight, except for Buckley not being a wrestler. I think it's just that Imavov is in a control range and find that spot for his right hand, his clinch knees, and just get down Buckley. And then Magomedov is going to be better all around than Stolzfus. Stolzfus doesn't really have a great game other than being somewhat tough and can make it into the late rounds, but he'll get tired. And then your bet here?
Ciryl Gane, just money line there, and then Whittaker and Vettori over 2.5 rounds. I mean, I like this fight to go the distance. I think Vettori's chin, he's never been knocked out before, I don't think. And I don't really see him finishing Whittaker at all either. He doesn't really have a submission threat, and I don't see him knocking Whittaker out.
I believe one of the other tappers said, too, that in however many fights, Marvin's gone to 10 or 11 straight decisions, or 10 of his last 11 fights, so that's a big number. And I like this bet a lot as well. And then my next one, I have Charles Jourdain and Nathanial Wood to start round 3. The only thing I could sweat is Jourdain maybe finishing Wood a little earlier. I don't think Wood will finish Jourdain. So I expect this one to go the distance, but it could get a little sweaty. And then also I think that Magomedov's going to finish Stolzfus. We've been playing method of victories with double chances and stuff, which means like KO or submission for Magomedov. Like, I've thought about that, but historically we haven't done very well on those when I've ran some numbers, so just going to stick to distance, no, and if Stolzfus does get a finish, it does cover both sides. And then your final bet here?
And Tuivasa over 1.5 rounds. I mean, yeah, I think Gane either gets a 3rd, 4th, 5th round knockout, or it goes the distance. I mean, I think Ty's only shot in this one is a early stoppage, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
and
people.
Then,
go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say people have a hard time dealing with Gane's range, so if they want to be aggressive, like Derek Lewis might want to, or Tai, you got to get out of the way of the jab and the kicks, and you got to really work your way into range.
Yeah, and then Whitaker is the other leg of that parlay. I think we both like him to win here in this spot against Vettori.
Yes, sir. So those are all our spots for UFC Paris, France, and bonjour, connaissez-vous?
Yeah.
Some fucking words. And check out the Instagram for more of those bets that come out for the next card. We should have our full card picks and predictions for UFC 279 out, I would say, Sunday. And, yeah. Anything else from you?
Yeah, if you guys watch the Contender Series on Tuesdays and you see Yanni placing a bet, go the opposite way. I mean, we did that last week and we were 5-0, so.
Fade Yanni the Greek technique. Dude,
yeah, please, if you're watching the Contender Series, just fade Yanni and you should be positive coming out of the day.
Also, you'll notice that Yanni, one of his main bets on the Contender Series, is over rounds in any of these fights that are going to be high pace and people are going to get finished in. It's a really, in my mind, doing over bets in a Contender Series fight just seems stupid. So, like, stay away from those if you guys are doing that. But anyway.
And we may have some NFL content next week, by the way.
Oh yeah. We'll put out a video early for the spreads. Some teams we were thinking are going to win the first matchup. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Peace,
y'all.
everybody.
Peace.